You're watching self-improvement videos. You are hoping for, hunting for like the little piece of information that's going to make it all click for you. That's going to make you understand what you need to do to get out of your rut, to change your life, to grow as a person, to be more successful. In this video, I want to share a different idea, a fresh take, one that sucks to hear until it doesn't, until you realize that it's exactly what you need in order to feel lighter, happier, more successful, and all of the above. Welcome to Grow with Intention, the podcast for people who want to create a life that feels good. This idea is a simple idea, but once you've heard it, don't click out because it's one that needs to sink in before you can let it benefit your life in a way that no prescriptive self-improvement advice ever will. And that is that there is no right way. So this guy called Sivers released this book called How to Live. As the title suggests, it's a book focused on how to live your life, but every single chapter contradicts the next. One chapter makes the argument for how you should always be independent and keep all of your options open. The next chapter argues how you should settle down. You should commit to one career, one person, one location. All of the ideas in the book contradict one another, yet they are all valid ideas. They are all totally viable ways to live your life that could lead to success and happiness. I've recently been listening to a podcast, No Right Way, by Victoria Schwab, and she interviews these successful authors. Some authors refuse to start writing a book unless they have the beginning, the middle, and the end in mind. Other authors will just start a book if they have a vibe, and then they'll see where it takes them. I just saw a post on Instagram from an account that I follow that just hit 100K. Their strategy was one post a week that was extremely well planned and curated and intentional. One of my other favorite Instagrammers talks about how she will post to Instagram literally the moment she has even a mildly interesting thought. The truth is that there is no right way. There is no formula for success in any arena. There's no right way to become a productive person. There is no right way to change your life. There's no right way to regulate your emotions. There's no right way to heal. There are only helpful ideas that you can make an educated guess about whether it'll work for you or not that will sometimes pan out. Instead of consuming self-improvement content with this idea of like, I am looking for the nugget of wisdom that will change it all for me, that will just hit in the right spot and make everything make sense. Consume with the desire to stumble across your next experiment, your next hypothesis as to what might work to solve whatever problem it is that you're dealing with. Then evaluate how well that hypothesis panned out. Create a new hypothesis from that information. But also keep in mind that this is just one way. Another mentality could be to live your life based on vibes and never consume self-improvement content, because that'll just make you feel worse. Another mentality is follow prescriptive advice to a T. Some people have had wonderful success with that. Once again, there really is no right way. I always finish my podcast episode with Recs of the Week to help you to dive deeper if you particularly enjoyed this podcast episode. My first rec of the week has to be Sivers' How to Live. I think about the concept of this book all the time. Whenever I am listening to any kind of self-improvement, particularly when it's really prescriptive and it's like you must do A, B, C, this book is in the back of my head reminding me that there's no right way. I'd highly recommend it. I also just love Sivers. And my next recommendation of the week has to be my video on how to create a strategy for your life, because it's very aligned with this video. It's just a different way of framing it. It might make this idea feel a bit more actionable so that you can put it into practice. I'm going to have it linked on the screen if you're on YouTube. And if you're listening to the podcast, it's going to be in the show notes. I appreciate you so much.